Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Tyranny. In the last episode we arrived here to the Disfavored camp, met with the two Archons inside this tent, Craven Ash of the Disfavored, and the voices of Nerad of Scarlet Chorus. We then read the edict before them, and now we have 8 days to get the Ascension Hall, and if we fail to do that, then simply every single living person in Vengeance Well is going to die. Simple as that. So, 8 days. So now, without further ado, let's continue on with the rest of the game. So for starters, I think I'm going to explore this. Oh, you are still wounded. So I was thinking about exploring this camp some more. Maybe find some other new quests and stuff that we could do.
Hi.
And was there a fast mode in this game? Just like in Pillars of Eternity. Well, if there is, I don't know what it is. Well, anyway. So, bitter quip. Let's start with you. And again with these goddamn freezings. I don't think I have anything running in the background either. Glory to the voice of Nerad. Projecting his salutations for all to hear, the grinning bloodchanter wraps his staff against the ground as you approach. Fatebrand of Brehana, I presume? His smile quickly retreats, giving way to a sour scowl. I am Bitter Quip. I am here as the emissary of the Scarlet Chorus. Bitter Quip looks at you impatiently. What is it like working with the Disfavored? He scoffs, looking away from you for a moment before sniffing and returning his attention to you. Reporting to the Iron Hag is an insult. She fought one duel for her title. One. Her leadership must be continuously proven, earned and defended. Weakness should bleed to the bottom of the army, not rise up to the top. Oh yeah, because the Scarlet Chorus have this kind of like a gang system in their ranks. So there are basically multiple gangs, each of them having a gang boss. And if you want to become the gang boss, then you simply have to challenge the gang boss and kill him. So the gang bosses can be constantly challenged, and so their position is always in danger, and they have to basically watch their backs all the time, so they won't get backstabbed, or anything either. But there's no such thing in the Disfavored. They are more like a true military. So yeah, so that's what's going on, and that's why the Scarlet Chorus may see the Disfavored also as weak because of that. My assignment here is also an insult, but one I will bear for the good of the chorus. Bitter Quip sniffs the air, smiling with one side of his mouth. If only to see with my own eyes the failure of the Disfavored, that will be a fine day. Well, can you tell me more about the Scarlet Chorus? The chorus is the future of the Tears. I feel only derision and pity for those who fear our inevitable ascension. Bitter Quip looks at you with a raised eyebrow. What in particular would you like to know? Tell me about the voice of Nerad. Oh yeah, we kinda pissed off the voices of Nerad in our last meeting, but something tells me that he's going to like us a lot more once we get to make that big decision of this first act. But anyway, he is supreme commander and public servant. He who sets us free but directs all. Bitter Quip smiles as he talks, his face turning flush. The voice of Nerad is the epitome of what each of us can be, a magician without equal, and the leader of uncountable numbers. The voices and the chorus are one, conquering, expanding, growing, changing, always stronger. Bitter Quip pounds his staff on the ground. Glory to the voices. So how did you come to join the Scarlet Chorus? The doctrine of strength speaks to me, and I answer its call, and it's some of my arcane peers. I took to the chorus almost instantly. Unlike most, I cried not for the life of comfort lost to me. My magic invokes fear and terror, and I easily established my dominance over a pack in my early days in the chorus. If you are so curious about it all? Bitterquip smiles, lifting an eyebrow. Perhaps you should visit our camp and see for yourself. Oh yes, I'm planning to do that. So what is your role in the chorus? A gang boss? I am a bloodshanter. My magic can turn the will of man and the tide of battle. I have held command for 3 years now, though being forced to keep an eye on the Disfavored is not the reward I had envisioned for my service thus far. Sounds as if you really like the voice of Nerad. Oh yeah, I was thinking the same thing here, because I would say that the most of the Scarlet Chorus are not exactly loyal to the voice of Nerad. They mostly obey him because they fear him. Unlike the Disfavored, who are basically fanboys of Craven Ash, and they will follow him wherever he goes. So anyway, so you really like the voices of Nerad. Bitterquip blinks several times and scowls, saying nothing. Well, that's all for now then. Bitterquip nods as you depart. Alright. And then there's also these Lucia and Marcus, who I believe are trainers of some sort, who could train some of my skills or something, but my money situation is not that good. So I guess I'll just save my money for now. Oh yeah, and we have some talent points to invest. Alright, so we can also... Okay, so now... So I'm mostly going to invest points on these three. Finesse, Vitality, and Resolve, because these three stats are going to be the most important ones when it comes to being being a tank in this game. So what do I want more? Well, let's put 1 point here. So we got 16 on everything. Yeah, save there. And then talent. So the defense tree makes the most sense, obviously, but I don't think I'm going to pick any talents from the defense tier just yet, because I don't think that we need that much defense in the first act. Only later when the enemies become tougher and such. So maybe in power or leadership. I really like this one, Bandolier. The party gains 2 additional quick item slots, and consumables used while in combat are more effective. So we get item slots, and consumables are more effective. It's like potions and stuff. That sounds very cool, but I'm have to do level 3. No, alright. But I really like the sound of this one, so I'm gonna keep an eye on this. So what else do we have? Range. Well, range is not gonna do any good for us because we're not a range character by any means. Magic. That's even less relevant to our character here. Okay, so we got 6 talent trees here, and what do I have in agility? I think that some guides said that there are some talents in the agility tree that are also rather useful, like arrow shield. When superior, replace dodge with parry while defending against ranged attacks. Oh yeah, replace dodge with parry, and that sounds very good, because we are mostly going to invest on our parry defense while completely ignoring the dodge defense. So talents like this would be awesome. I think there was something else related. I think there were some other talents where we could replace dodge with parry. Well, okay. Let's see. Let's check what we have in power. Cleave, a sweeping cone attack that hits multiple nearby enemies. Alright. I would really like to have some stuns or slows or dazes or something like that. A bit of crowd control. Focus Strike adds armor penetration to the thrust ability and increases accuracy. Well, that sounds good too. Palm Strike, perform a powerful palm strike to the target's chest, interrupting them, pushing them back and silencing them from spellcasting. Well, that sounds very good as well. That sounds very nice as well. Stance Mighty. An aggressive stance that focuses on powerful strikes that penetrate a foe's armor. Well, that's not really what this character is going to be about. Blitz. An aggressive stance that focuses on rapid strikes to overwhelm opponents. Alright. Blade Wall. Allows an additional enemy to be engaged at one time and grants a bonus to damage dealt to targets that are stunned or prone. Increases defense benefits from shields. I don't think that's necessary for now. Staggering force. Causes thrust to interrupt the target, delaying their next attack. Well, that could also be nice. Challenger. Taunt nearby enemies every few seconds while this stance is active. Ah, so AoE taunt. That sounds pretty goddamn cool, but like I said, I don't think that we need those right off the bat. Feint. Add a feint to your thrust ability, blinding your opponent as you strike them with your attack. Move faster in combat. Well, this also sounds very good. So we can reposition ourselves better in combat and go to our allies' aid if they are focused too much. Unleash a double attack on your target. That sounds like a monk ability. Flurry of blows. Ah, damn it, this is actually quite hard. Well, what do we have here? Target your enemy's feet with a range attack. Okay, if it's ranged, then I don't care. Adds a routine effect on the thrust ability. Thrust now also increases movement speed and breaks current engagements. Poison dart. If it hits, the target receives a long-lasting corrosive poison affliction. Move faster in combat. I'm very tempted to pick this. Or should I just save this first talent point and think about this some more? But on the other hand, I really don't want the enemies to focus on verse. So maybe this is a good talent to pick. Stance Challenger. Don't I have any stun abilities? Or maybe they are somewhere way later here, at the bottom of the tree here. Okay, this adds stun effect. Alright. Stance guard. Enter defensive stance, gaining a bonus to armor. This is tough, folks. You know what? Let's take Lightfoot, so we can move around easier, reposition ourselves, go to save our allies from harm and stuff like that. And there's one quest over here that I would like to pick up. You don't mind if I steal your stuff here, do you? Of course you don't. Can you open this? Yes, you can. They don't seem to be that good. Nah, it just gives 2 armor. Alright, so this guy here, Isotani, should give us a quest. And again, this goddamn freezing. I really don't know what's causing that. Isotani scourges the air as blade of thin iron breaks in half beneath his hammer. Repairing weapons with scrap isn't exactly what I got into this craft. Isn't exactly why I got into this craft, but our supplies are spent. He wipes the sweat from his brow and gets a better look at you. Why not forge bronze? Bronze will do in a pinch. Don't get me wrong. It can take a beating and get bent back into shape, unlike this stubborn iron we have here. He glances at a pile of his work with dread. And we always have plenty of tin and copper lying around, so supplies aren't the problem. It's a rare smith who can churn out military-grade bronze consistently. More often than not, it comes out soft. Look around camp. We are garbing the Legion head to toe in iron because it's cheaper and easier to produce for the masses. Couldn't do that with bronze. They call the Disfavored the Iron Legion for a reason. Strategy and skill may be our backbone, but our claws are made of iron. The good stuff that comes from the smiths in Lethian's Crossing. And in case you don't remember. Building the shadow of an old walls junction in the realm of Haven, Lethian's Crossing is a growing trading settlement. The nearby rivers are rich in iron ore, though the locals lack the technology to smelt and forge the element. In the years following Kyros's conquest of the Tears, the population of Lethian's Crossings swelled with refugees fleeing the destruction of their homelands. The presence of the Forge-bound, mining the iron along with their guards, makes this makeshift settlement a vital resource for Kyros's armies, and we could have also gone to Lethian's Crossing during the conquest mode, but because we went there once in my first blind let's play, we didn't go there this time. You mentioned an iron shortage. I'm afraid so. The last settlement has sent down the Matani River. I'm quite sure that he's referring to the Matani River. Went missing near Echo Call Crossing, and I'm afraid we won't be seen any more now that the valley is sealed. Forge-bound iron is Tulon's responsibility. Why is this the first I'm hearing of it? Keep your voice down. Isotanis flinches and lowers his own. I like how he's positioned here. His expressions and emotions here. Craven Ash doesn't want to cause a panic or pass any information to the Vendrian Guard. Best case scenario, the iron tumbled off a boat and is rusting on a riverbed here. Worst case, it ends up in enemy hands. If I find myself in Echo Call, I suppose I can keep an eye out. What an embarrassing display of incompetence. Count me out. Well, let's not be complete dicks. If I find myself in Echo Call, I suppose I can keep an eye out. I appreciate that, as does the great general. More than you might guess. Maybe he isn't quick to offer his thanks to outsiders, but I know he'll be grateful for your help. It would be a boon to the war effort if our iron was recovered. You can trust me to handle this. I'm here to help, even if that means cleaning up the Archons' mess. Yeah, well, let's be a little bit stingy, because we don't care about the Disfavored that much anyway. I'm here to help, even if that means cleaning up the Archons' mess. No need to salt the wound, Fatebinder. None of us is mistaken in thinking that the siege has gone exactly as planned. He glances to a crate beside him and points to a small set of notches on the wood. You see that? That is how we tell apart our iron shipments from the rest. Inconspicuous so people don't go snooping around. You'll want to keep your eye out for those. Or for these even. Good hunting. Need anything else? Well, let's see your wares. See, what do you got? Well, you got some... Well, at least you got some cool looking items here. I don't like how this decreases my accuracy and deflection. I would like the shield though. Plus 20 parry, 1 dodge and 18 interest. Shit, that's great shield. Shame that it's too expensive for now. Do we have any crap that we want to sell? Yeah, we don't need that or this. Do you have anything? Yeah, we don't need this or that. Alright, we could actually now afford the shield, but I think I'm just gonna save my money for now. Alright, anything else that I can pick up? Oh yes, of course there is. You two won't mind, do you? I'm a Fatebinder after all. Beast Blood Pollen. Removes the random hostile effects. Alright. What's your potion situation? You got none. I guess I should give some to you. Let's see, how did I... Wait, where did I... I put them here, didn't I? Yes, I did. Or how did I... Wait, how did I separate... Well, it's there, sure, but I would like to... Well, you hold on to 10 for now, and you... take a 6th. And this. Agate, so that's crafting material. You take this.
Just point me in the right direction.
Yeah. Oh, and I wanted to check one thing. What do we have here? The Battle of Echo Call Crossing. Yeah, these are quests. Yeah, fine. Sigils, but even I have more lore skills than verse. Alright, so what I wanted to check was... What's the reputation with the faction so far? Scarlet Chorus mostly like us. The Disfavored. They also like us. They like us more. Vendrian Guard. They hate our guts. Verse. She is mostly loyal, and we are very soon getting the death from above ability. Craven Ash. He likes us a lot. Surprisingly a lot, actually. You need reputation change of very major strength to unlock this tier. But I don't even see that what this tier is giving me. And the voice of Nerat. Yeah, he doesn't like us as much, but we have got some favor too. I'm actually very surprised that Craven Ash likes us this much. and even though in this let's play we're supposed to side with the Scarlet Chorus, and we will, but still. Anyway, so we also had to talk to Iron Marshal Archons. Really hate this freezing. Maybe I should look into this and try to find out what's possibly causing this. Don't just cuddle the impact. Push back with your shield. Take the momentum. Iron Marshal Archons, field commander of the Disfavored, pounds her fist in the air as she calls out to the warriors on the training field. I said eyes on your opponent's waistline. If you spend more than a glance checking his footwork, you have lost. The Disfavored officer turns to you, adjusting her pale golden surcoat as she clears her throat. Judging from her uniform, this is the Iron Marshal Archons. Well, yeah, we knew that. First among equals in the Iron Guard, Craven Ash's inner circle of trusted followers, charged with being the duties of leadership, logistics and training. There is rarely a quiet day for the second-in-command of the Disfavored Legion. Alright. Need to stay on top of the troops or their skills will rust. It's for their own good, even if they don't believe it. So, it was mentioned you are short on warriors and need help. What's the situation? How are your warriors reacting to the edict? Kairos' ultimatum has the camp on edge. Some with dread, but most are rife with anticipation. She points to their men sparring in the field. We have a lot of brothers and sisters to avenge, and the warriors are eager to take out some aggression. I, for one, choose to see the edict as a blessing, for it forces the generals to act, and we are long overdue. It was mentioned you are short on warriors and need help. What's the situation? I have brigades amassing along Placid, Echo Call and Littletooth crossings. The Vendrian Guard may be able to hold one bridge, but they cannot hold against a concerted three-prong attack. I have no right to give you orders, but her words falter. A short break in her flow. But we all die to Kairos' edict should we fail. So I'm not about to let my pride blind me to the value of good help. I will assist. This is the second major attack on the river, correct? What happened last time? What's the value of taking the crossing? The Disfavored need my help. Yeah, the Disfavored need my help. Not so elite and great now, are you? Trying to pour salt on my pride? We left Fort Resolution with 100 on 100 and there have been no reinforcements or reserves. I keep throwing warriors back into battle before they are properly rested. So yes, I need to rely on all our allies, especially since most of our allies are conscripted tiersmen, worse than useless. If the Disfavored didn't take every opportunity to insult the Scarlet Chorus, perhaps you would find our help more forthcoming. Shut your snout, filthy mongrel. I won't suffer childish japes in my camp. She has a point. The Disfavored constantly mocked the Scarlet Chorus. Glare at first. You speak out of turn and offend our host. Apologize. I don't really care about the Disfavored. She has a point. The Disfavored constantly mock the Scarlet Chorus. The Disfavored have history, pedigree, proper training, all the things these southern conscript lack. We didn't train for decades to be peers and equals of these traitor tearsmen. We have lived lives of dedication to Kairos, and the Chorus accept any fickle coward too fearful to die by their convictions. What you are seeing here is disfavored bigotry at its finest. I'm somehow at fault because my country wasn't conquered before I was born. Forget that I chose Kairos, forget that I chose the Scarlet Chorus, forget that I chose to fight off rapists and killers to earn my place in the army, just for the Disfavored to call me a worthless turncoat to my face. Jesus. No one gave me a suit of armor that I could hide behind. No one issued me a sword and a measure of authority. I took everything that I have, and I fight every day to keep it. Fucking northern swine. Shots fired. My frustration was aimed at those in the Chorus who accept Kairos lightly. The Disfavored commander withdraws a half pace. Like loyalty were some shifting breeze. Okay, so, but back to the point. What's the value of taking the crossing? What's my help worth to you? So we would basically ask. So we would basically ask for payment if we choose this. Well, my character is not really like that. It's not the type who would ask for money, and especially not in a situation like this where all of our lives are in danger equally. So what's the value of taking a crossing? We can't just march from here to the Citadel with the Vendrian Guard manning the riverbanks. Forwarding troops and supplies through even the narrowest point of the river makes us vulnerable to attack, especially since our armor wasn't built for swimming. She points north, toward the mountain spire looming on the horizon. If we can take the river, we have a clear march to the Citadel, and Ascension Hall will be ours in no time. This is the second major attack on the river, correct? What happened last time? Defeat in detail. We carved a bloody path up to the river, but at that point everyone who charged ahead was lost. We had no Chorus backup. It was just a few disfavored squads. I can't tell you exactly how they were defeated, but we lost the whole assault team. She shakes her head, letting out a long, pained sigh. We found bodies washing up in the river for days. It's not often the Tearsmen put up such a good fight. It certainly made us reevaluate the number we'll need to take this valley. Really? Are you sure our scouts didn't give you all sorts of details about the enemy and you choose to disregard our warnings? I'm sure that this Disfavored would have heeded any such advice. We can pass out blame after the war. Only the Oathbreakers matter now. It sounds like your lack of caution is to blame, not the Scarlet Chorus. Yeah, we are pissing them off. Lack of caution? My legion is my family. I do not play loosely with their lives. The only blame here is on the Oathbreakers. It is their intransigence. What the hell is that word? Intransigence that created this conflict in the first place. There's no need to blame your teeth. At least I can hear them crying from over here. Well, I will assist. I'm gonna have to. Then our plan just might work. The Iron Marshal lifts her gauntlet close to her face, shifting her eyes from you to the metal articulations. We are loath to work with those who do not share our training and our values, but we know that Tunon, the Educator, selects only the most capable minds for his court, and I trust you will honor us all on the battlefield, or just on the field. Antio will be leading the charge at Echo Call Crossing. Assisting you will be Barik of the Stone Shields. She points to a heavily armored soldier standing sentry at the edge of the training field. Before you ask, no, the Forgebound weren't slushed on Dappleseed when they fitted his armor. He survived the full force of the Edict of Storms, and his armor doesn't exactly come off. Tactically, it's quite brilliant, but otherwise, it's something of a curse. And Forgebound? The Forgebound are mage smiths, sworn to Kairos' service, though the operations in the tiers are overseen by Tunon and his court of Fatebinders. Each Forgebound uses magic as a tool to augment their personal craft, most commonly smelting and metalworking, but carpenters, tailors and tanners are found in the ranks. And each mage strives to create that which is impossible with mundane hands. Most notably, the Forgebound are the sole masters of iron working in the known world, using spells of fire resistance to wade into the forge fires. The Forgebound can work iron at temperatures no other forge can match, and with a hands-on touch that no mundane smith could hope to achieve. Because of this vital skill, the Forgebound are considered a strategic war asset. Their lives are regimented and controlled so that the forges may churn out iron arms and armor without debate, delay or distraction. That's it. So mage smiths. Very cool. And Edict, we know about this already, but in case you want a reminder. There we go. Tapping her helmet twice, Erenio signals to the hulking presence. Barik, come meet the Fatebinder. The soldier that steps up to you better resembles an amalgamation of rusted plates and mismatched pieces of armor fused into a vaguely human shape. He reeks of sweat, feces, and whatever oil treatment keeps him flexible. Must be comfortable.
Fatebinder, the Iron Marshal has tasked me with keeping you alive, and I have no intention of disappointing her. That should be enough assurance for anyone.
Yeah, okay, and this Barik here is basically the best tank character as far as companions are concerned. So we may not keep this guy in our party for very long time, and if we actually go too far at some point when it comes to treating the Disfavored or Graven Ash or we do something else that pisses him off, he just might leave the party, and that's just fine by me. So we don't need to kiss his ass or anything. Not silently. Barik returns your nod, silent, save for the creaking articulation in his alloyed carapace.
Barik, is that you under there? I had no idea you were in Vendrian's well. Fatebinder, do you know this walking anchor?
Just a minute, you two know each other? I don't believe we have been acquainted. I know him as well as I knew anyone during the conquest, so in other words, no, I don't know him at all. You two know each other?
No. Oh, that is to say, yes. I'm already as familiar with this ironclad halfwit as I care to be.
She regards Barik with a mixed look.
We don't have time to trade jabs today, Verse. After the siege, you can throw as many tantrums as you please. I suggest that we remain focused on the mission.
Yeah, I agree.
No offense to the mission, but seeing you looking like a garbage heap and reeking of a mass grave is more amusing by far. Did you forget how to don your armor, or did Graven Ash leave you out in the rain? Oh,
that's harsh, Verse. Barik signs, a frustrated growl shaking his iron enclosure of a suit. I like his facepalm here. So, I don't believe we have been acquainted. Or, I know him as well as I knew anyone during the conquest.
That can change. When the tiers are fully under our command, I'll take you to whatever passes for a watering hole in this forsaken country. We'll drink the local swill to honor the fallen.
Okay.
Forget the fallen. I know a great brothel in Lethian's Crossing where we can watch something rise, then fall, then rise again.
Oh, damn. Oh, I love you, Verse. But yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember running into a brothel in Latian's Crossing in my first playthrough, but maybe I should keep my eyes more open in this playthrough. Once we get there. The Fatebinder will be joining us for the push across the river. I figured an extra hand might help, and more importantly, if my worries come true and the chorus tries to impede the mission, we will have an observer from the court on our side. Well, I can't say that I'll be automatically on your side, but yeah.
Better to work with the honorable binder than some chorus children.
He nods to you, his armor creaking as he bends his neck. I ask that Barik accompany you there to arbitrate the cooperation between his company and the Scarlet Chorus. Echo Call Crossing is now unlocked on the world map. Barik, you have been without a cohort since the last Battle of Stalwart. It's time we gave you a task more worthy than holding wagons and leading training drills. She plants her hands on her hips and speaks in clipped official terms. Ash has assigned you to the Fatebinder's service. You are to assume this task is ongoing until we find a more permanent spot for you, which could very well mean the swiftly approaching end of this war, or when the Fatebinder dismisses you. Is that understood? Barik regards Iron Marshal in oppressive silence. That's an order, Barik. She shakes her head and signs, returning her focus to you. He can be as stubborn as pulling a spire out of the earth, but he is a good soldier. I hope you don't mind the company. I'm honored to have a member of the Iron Legion at my side. I do mind, but I'll allow it anyway, if only so I can put a large object between myself and the enemy. Yeah, let's not say that. I do mind, but I'll allow it anyway. Fear with Barik arrived in Disfavored. She regards you with a perplexed frown. Barik is indeed here for your protection. If you don't find him suitable for duty, you are free to discharge him from service. Alright, and we can give him a talent too immediately. Look at that. I think I said this in my first playthrough as well, but to me Barik looks like a walking Iron Throne. Cool. So since we are not going to build a tank out of Barik, I think we might as well try to make him a damage dealer of some sort. Strike in Iron. Strike and single enemy, dealing significantly increased damage if the target is engaging Barik. Out of the blade. Increases one-handed and two-handed weapon melee damage. Well, that would be a good start, I guess. Gain a chance to attack enemies as they engage you. Fierce Demeanor. Barik becomes an intimidating force on the battlefield. Enemies nearby Barik have their resolve reduced. And we have this, Glass of Iron. Issue a mocking invitation, challenging enemies to attack Barik. So yeah, so this is a taunt basically. Let's just take this out of the blade. Increases one-handed and two-handed melee weapon damage. There we go. And you had no points to spend. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Didn't I save, or can we give a second point? I can't give any more talents, and I did save. Then why is it still... I don't know. Verse is still hurt, but I think we can get to the Scarlet Chorus camp unharmed, without any...
Can't do
without
that.
anyone stopping us at the very least. So Echo Call Crossing is over there, but since the Scarlet Chorus camp is on our way, we might as well stop there first. Oh, let's read this first. The Scarlet Chorus have taken residence within the decayed walls of an old fortress. It is currently the base of operations for the Voice of Nerad's campaign in the valley. Alright, let's go there. 1 hour and 30 minutes. Ambush. Your path is blocked by a small group of Vendrian guard. You can go no further until you deal with them. Oh, yeah. I actually forgot this encounter. Well, actually I didn't forget it, but I didn't expect this to come.
That's far enough, Fatebinder.
But I didn't expect this encounter to come this fast. Eb. Oh yeah, she was mentioned in the ward tent during the meeting. A woman's voice booms from atop a nearby outcropping. Flashes of aquamarine body paint peek out from under her loose-fitting traveler's garb, and her outfit is festooned in braids and knots of sailor's line. The body paint, braided adornments, and stylized staff mark this woman as a Tidecaster, one of the southern mage schools you encountered in 429 TR during the first campaign in Vengeance Well. The School of Tides was once a powerful sect of mages with mastery over water and command of the moon's arcane light. The majority of the elders of the school fled in 426, fearing Kairos' coming conquest. And of the few that remained, nearly all were slain or imprisoned by the voice of Nerat. Or yeah, so I'm expecting that Eb is not Eb. I like to call this woman Eve, but I guess I think that I think she was called Eb. So anyway, so I'm quite sure that Eb is not going to like me very much. Flanked on either side by warriors dressed in Vengeance Guard regalia, the woman leans on and elaborate, bladed staff pulsing with arcane energy. A swath of blue fabric rests draped over her arm. The blue flag is a symbol of diplomacy and truce, recognized across most of the known world, and it is a custom the Tiersmen hold dear. To harm another person under the auspices of a blue flag is a grave offense. In both the Tiers and in Kairos Empire, the customary punishment is death. So it's basically their white flag.
Tunon sends us the Queenslayer. The old judge has a sense of humor, I'll give him that.
Yeah, I knew she wouldn't like us.
Did the voices of Nerat send you to gather my head and complete his collection? If so, we'll have to save our tussle for another time. Today I have business. Vengeance can wait.
And this was about our conquest decision, if I recall. You recognize this woman as Tidecaster Eb, whom you met along with the other Tidecaster in the year 429 TR during the first campaign in Vengeance Well. Meeting under a blue flag, you spoke primarily with the elders of the School of Tides to negotiate the surrender to Kairos. Several of the masters were moved by your words and surrendered, but many left the meeting unwilling to bend. Eb was among them. Why doesn't it say conquest decision here? Whatever. So, what do you want?
In accordance with ancient customs north and south, I offer and request a delay of blade. There are matters we must discuss without fear of reprisal.
The woman bows deeply, lowering her head in a practiced display of etiquette. Or is it say etiquette? The warriors by her remain in a ready stance, their nerves clearly on edge. In accordance with ancient customs north and south, I abide by this truce. You have me at a disadvantage. We could just clear silently. You would detain a Fatebinder of the Archon of Justice. Unwise. Or, well, we're not gonna attack them or anything. You would detain a Fatebinder of the Archon of Justice. Unwise. Well, I'm quite sure that they're not trying to capture us or anything. You have me at a disadvantage. Well, I don't know about that. Well, sure, they are on higher ground, but it's still 3 versus 3. Should we just go with it like this? Or should we just... You have me at a disadvantage. Well, let's just say this.
I am Eb of the School of Tides, and today I speak on behalf of the Vendrian Guard.
This damn freezing.
I advise caution, Fatebinder. Only thing more dangerous than a Tiersman is an educated one.
Yeah, I have noticed that every time during dialogue, when a new character starts to speak, that freezing thing happens. But but when the camera is moving between two characters who have already spoken at least once, then it doesn't happen. I don't know what that is about. Metal articulations groan as he tries to subtly move his hand towards his blade. There's a blue flag. I expect you will honor it. Then don't anger her. Yeah, there's a blue flag. I expect you will honor it.
As is our custom, we are ready to kill to defend our lands, but we kill only in fair battle. We don't slay our prisoners.
I agree.
We know this
either.
isn't Kairos' way, but we must have hope.
Well, it may not be Kairos' way, but it is my way. I only kill in fair battle.
A few of my kin have gone missing, and though they may have perished, I have to inquire on the off chance they still live. If Captain Tarkus Deimos still lives, we would negotiate for his release.
One of the leaders of the attack on Etherean ruins, Tarkus Deimos, was subdued during the battle. In accordance with the Scarlet Chorus's request, you ordered Deimos conscripted into the chorus. Well, I don't see any reason to lie to this woman, so might as well tell the truth. Assuming he's our prisoner, what would you offer in exchange?
We would offer you 5 choirmen that got lost on patrol. They're healthy, got other limbs, too.
I would not have us barter with Oathbreakers. Certainly not for anything less than disfavored lives.
Something tells me that Verge is going to say something to that.
You say there's something worth less than a disfavored life. Call me intrigued.
I will not negotiate with Oathbreakers. Well, yeah. Well, yeah, they did break the oath, hence the Oathbreakers. So I think it would be quite reasonable if we just told them to fuck off. But at the same time, I don't want to piss off Ebb too much, because spoiler alert, she's going to be one of our companions in the future, and she's one hell of a mage, or at least I remember liking her quite a lot. Well, let's just tell her Tarkus Deimos is with the chorus now.
Then if we see him again, it will have to be as enemies.
She looks at the warriors to either side of her, shaking her head.
If I may make one more inquiry, what of Palox Tyrell? Did he survive?
No, I think he died. Though you rarely have the luxury of matching names to the countless tiersmen you have encountered, you are reasonably certain she is asking about the Vengeance Guard warrior that took Trastus hostage at Etherean ruins. Yeah, that one. He did not survive the encounter. Yup. Another dead Oathbreaker, whoever you will ask about next, I assure you nothing can be done. Yep.
My apologies, Fatebinder. I had a terrible feeling this errand was in vain from the start. I had no expectations that our friends could be saved, as I'm sure the time for swapping prisoners is long gone. But at least I know of what became of them. That'll have to be enough.
Bow deeply. Sorry you did not find what you were seeking. We are not that polite. We are true. Leave while you still can. I have some questions for you. Well, might as well ask.
We shouldn't be socializing with Oathbreakers.
Barik, shut up.
I will entertain them as best I can. After all, understanding is the only hope we have. What is it you wish to know?
Were the prisoner swaps in the past? I don't really care. Who is in charge of this insurrection? How did you and your friends overthrow the garrison? Well, who's in charge?
Listen to you. Thinking just like the Overlord wants you to think. There always has to be a person in charge or things don't make sense. Well, we don't answer to anyone. We are each of us sons and daughters of the Tiers, and take this task upon ourselves freely. But Captain Tarkus Ari, former Falksman of Queen Vendry and Alanta, is the voice we trust when we seek unanimity.
I assume Tarkis Ari and Tarkis Deimos are relations. Yup.
Yes. Deimos was Ari's brother. We were certain he was dead, but the captain takes family seriously, so I volunteered to find some answers. And now here we are.
How did you and your friends overthrow the garrison?
I would joke that the voices of Nerat left the gate unlatched, but dozens of warriors lost their lives taking the citadel. There was no secret to it. We simply attacked with speed and certainty at a time when the Archons were elsewhere in the tiers. The Scarlet Chorus had a rout, and what few disfavored soldiers were present made an impressive showing. But they were surrounded and overwhelmed once the chorus fled.
Why do you resist Kairos? What are you trying to save here?
I grew up without my knee bent to Kairos, and if I'm going to bow to someone, let it be another tiersman. We've ruled ourselves just fine for centuries, so we'll give our lives so that our sons and daughters might rule themselves.
The Younger Realms, the realms of Azure, Apex, Stalwart, and Haven are collectively known as the Younger Realms, and together they represent the major political factions of the tiers. For centuries, the Younger Realms have battled amongst themselves for control of the tiers, with every realm having been at war with each other at some point in memorable history. This lack of unified resistance allowed Kairos' armies to swiftly conquer the tiers. So anyway, the Younger Realms were beset with constant battle. You would prefer that to Kairos' order? Only your daughters are really free in the tiers. Why fight against Kairos' equality? Oh yeah, so basically the Younger Realms of the tiers are very let's say very heavily feminist like nations where the women have usually the higher authority and positions, and they're usually the rulers, and the men are usually not in such high positions. So in that sense, those realms were not equal. The sexes were not equal, and I think that we read in the character creation that only women could own land, while only men could own ships. So yeah, that's very interesting. What makes you think you have a chance? But a mage like you would not be the subject of such superstition and fear under Kairos' reign. What? But a mage like you would not be the subject of such superstition and fear under Kairos' reign. Well, I guess we could ask all of these. Well, let's start from the first one here. The Younger Realms were beset with constant battle. You would prefer that to Kairos' order.
You make conflict sound like a bad thing.
Well, usually it is.
Yes, the Younger Realms saw frequent battles, but it was never this wholesale slaughter like we've seen of late. No tiersman ever cast an edict on the soil, or forced prisoners to kill each other, or butchered beastmen tribes.
Oh, you actually care about beastmen tribes. Only your daughters are really free in the tiers. Why fight against Kairos' equality?
There's freedom, then there's trusting idiots with power. Give a man 1,000,000 marauders, he'll lose sleep worrying over his neighbor's 1,000. I prefer my realms ruled by the braver sex. For centuries we've left the lands to the women, and the seas to the men.
Yeah, exactly.
And we did plenty fine until Kairos came around.
Well, like I said, very feminist realms. What makes you think you have a chance?
Oh, we don't. Those who believed Kairos could be stopped all died years ago, in the first wave of fighting. It's not about the hope of victory. It's about the hope of inspiring others. It is very likely we will fall here in Vendrian's Well. But perhaps others will arise elsewhere.
Alright, well that's very admirable, I'm not gonna lie. But a mage like you would not be the subject of such superstition and fear under Kairos' reign.
I doubt life is any better sworn to some mad Archon. I'd rather stand with my fellow tiersmen. Or, I suppose, stand immediately behind them in the event of an attack.
At that remark, the soldiers flanking her exchange shocked looks. Ep turns her focus to her compatriots.
Yeah, you heard me. Way things were years back, you'd all be calling me a water witch and conspiring to sell me out to the nearest sage. Just because I'm helping you stop Kairos doesn't mean I've forgotten the hospitality of ages past.
Oh, damn. And Sage. One of the longest surviving schools of magic in the tiers, the School of Ink and Quill, oh, that's cute, is a venerable institution devoted to the acquisition and preservation of knowledge, or so the sages profess, putting more of their energy towards amassing knowledge than disseminating it. They began their scriptorium in 17 TR, and through a series of incremental expansions, the structure became the Vellum Citadel, only to be known as the Burning Library after Kairos' Edict of Fire brought ruination in 430 TR. And Vellum Citadel was the other place where we also could have gone, but we haven't gone there yet, not in this playthrough or in my first blind one. But next time we will go there. Not all sages know magic, but those that have mastered the guild's traditional spells can employ magic of protection and preservation. It is a poorly kept secret that the sages have gradually acquired a wide array of magic practiced by rival mage guilds over the generations. Okie dokie.
And people wonder why the Tiersmen could never unite in time to fight back. It's refreshing to see that some things never change.
Let me ask of something else. She nods silently, awaiting your follow-up. That's all. I don't care about this one.
Fair enough. But now a question for you.
All right. I guess it's only fair if I answer.
The Edict. I can feel its magic coursing through the air. Everyone can. But those of us enlightened to the currents of magic feel it most. The wording of the Edict. What was it?
Such details are for Kairos' warriors only. Kairos' forces must take the Ascension Hall by the Day of Swords, or all in the valley will perish. Glare silently, or lie. It is a curse on the valley. Those disloyal to Kairos will slowly weaken and die. Should we just tell her? Such details are for Kairos' warriors only. Or do we just tell her the truth? How would my character... what would she do now? Well, my character is not... she is not super loyal to Kairos. My character actually doesn't really like mages and spellcasters and such that much because she sees them as weaklings, physically weak, who only rely to magic, and magic can be corruptive and so on and so forth. And thus she's not a huge fan of Kairos because of that either. She's only loyal to him or her, as I like to imagine her, because of her edicts. So basically because she fears her. So should we just say that such details are for Kairos' warriors only, or should we? Well, what harm would it do if we told them that what the Kairos' edict is going to do after 8 days if someone loyal to Kairos and hasn't taken the Ascension Hall for themselves? These are tough choices, folks. Very tough choices. Very tough choices here. Well, my character also likes to have very glorious battles against strong enemies. So if we tell them that if we tell them the truth about Kairos' edict, then that is most definitely going going to give the Vendrian Guard warriors some motivation to fight as well. Actually, no, I don't know. Actually, no, it really wouldn't. It would actually devastate them more than anything, I would imagine, because no matter what, they are going to die here. And even if the 8 days pass, then everyone here dies, and then Kairos is just going to send more forces here to take the Ascension Hall when everyone here is dead. So okay, it would not exactly telling them the truth would not exactly inspire them or give them more motivation to fight better. If anything, it would devastate them. Should we just... I don't know, god damn it. I need to think about this. You know what? Screw it. Let's just tell them the truth. Kairos' forces must take Ascension Hall by the Day of Swords, or all in the valley will perish.
In the name of the vaunted North, the will of Kairos should be delivered with blade and hammer, not to the ears of Oathbreakers and compromisers.
Yeah, I knew that Barik was not going to like it.
Curious. You did say all in the valley. So the edict will affect Kairos' forces? This is most unexpected.
Her eyes widen at your words. Correct.
That is most troubling. So either the soldiers come to destroy and kill us, or the edict does the work. I suppose we should be so honored the Overlord is taking no chances on us.
Yeah, I would be rather flattered.
I've another question for you, if you will entertain it.
Alright, what is it?
Are we really standing here and chatting with Oathbreakers? It's hard to watch. Like cuddling a goat you're going to kill for dinner.
Actually... Yeah, actually no, we are done. We have actually been spending quite a lot of time here, and I would really like to get to the Scarlet Chorus camp at some point in this episode. No, we are done now.
A shame. But if you have no heart for discourse, I will take no more of your time.
Alright, then have a nice day then.
In accordance to our ancient customs north and south, let us conclude this truce in peaceful accord. May peace find you soon, Fatebinder.
She and her retinue turn to leave. I'm learning some new words here. Even though I have no idea what retinue means exactly. But I can see that on the map that there's some loot here.
Right.
There. Some marshberries. Immune to engagement. 120 seconds. Plus 25% movement speed for 120 seconds. Quickness for 120 seconds. And plus dodge. Holy crap, that sounds like a very good item for verse. And this. Plus defense against bleeding attacks for 60 seconds. Immune to bleeding. Well, I guess I take that for myself. Delay unconsciousness for 10 seconds. For 120 seconds. Minus 20% movement speed for 120 seconds. Plus 4 resolve. Let's give that to Barik. And there's one more here. Some more loot here. Waking Death. Let's give that to you, and you can take the mushroom. You can make out the faintest outline of a soldier's arm in the bottom of this pond. A victim of a previous battle in the area. And these deers are drinking from it.
Found something.
Oh, you
Can't
found
do
something.
that.
That's nice, but... Oh, I thought I took it. But I guess not. So what do we have here? Potion, nice. Do you have a... Yes, you have 2 potions. Might as well give you a 3rd one. And this. Oh. Yeah, take both. 2 armor penetration by attacks for 300 seconds. Maybe I should have given that to verse. Well, let's continue. And now the Scarlet Chorus camp. Okay, we have arrived at the camp. Aha, what's going on here? Well, I actually do know what's going on here, but still, let's check it out. Take another step, I'll pin your foot to the dirt. No response. Shivershank and Quiet Shift. And just some Horde members. For the Horde! This is ridiculous. We have bigger problems here. Alright, so what's going on here? It proves everything. The warrior slams her fists together in a resounding clap. Like for instance, whether you are fit to lead that flock of children. Behind her, the members of her gang posture with weapons held at the ready. Did you not hear the news of the edict? This is a foolish distraction. We ought to be saving our fight for the enemy. The chorus warrior looks to his gang, giving them a quick nod. What's the problem here? He's right, the edict will kill us all if Ascension Hall is not taken soon. Yeah. Well, until Fifth Eye starts the mustering chant, we ain't got nowhere to be. She gestures to the gang across from her. So now's our chance to have it out before things get serious. So what's the problem here? No problem here, Madame Binder. She tosses her blade in the air, catching it with a smile on the way down. Captain Fuckwit here seems he's about to balk from this challenge. Thinks just because he used to run a ship, he's qualified to run a gang. She spits on the ground, looking up with a scowl. So I'm calling him out, because the way I see it, his warriors ought to follow me, not this new blood. Captain Fuckwit was my father! Oh, and the dialogue is so great in this game. Fuckwit will do just fine. The warrior points at the opposing gang. If we have to prove our strength, we'll do so happily, but I'll have your hands and feet removed and the rest of you kept for my own use. Wait, what? But I'll have your hands and feet removed and the rest of you kept for my own use. Jesus Christ, dude! Now that's... No. No. Just no. If he means what I think he means. Jesus. This is foolish. Stop this at once. I'll let you all fight this out. Care to wager on this fight? I could use a few rings. Allow me to join. Allow me to join you. I enjoy a good bloodbath. Well, yeah, we are a former pit fighter and gladiator, so yeah, we kinda do. But at the same time, I would kinda like to earn some extra rings. That would be nice too. I'll let you all fight this out. You know what? Allow me to join you. I enjoy a good bloodbath. Favor with the Scarlet Chorus. Nice. A sharp, vicious grin cuts across her face. Be my guest. I've always wanted to see a Fatebinder in action. He falls pointedly quiet, but finally shrugs one shoulder, seemingly small enough not to protest. Let's settle this. I'll fight for Quiet Shift. Or prepare yourselves. I'll be defending Shivershank. Athletics 37. Beat Shivershank bloody. Then I'll settle it with strength. So Shivershank, it's the male one here. So what's the real actual difference here? I just go and beat him up. But what's the difference between this and this? Doesn't this one just start a fight? I think I'm gonna side with a fellow female here. Then I'll settle it with strength. I wonder that if we pick this option, then would we also fight the Quiet Shift at the same time? Well, let's try. But if it turns out that choosing this option will also means that I fight Quiet Shift as well, then I'm just gonna reload and pick this option here because I want to fight for her. So, then I'll settle it with strength. Lost favor, which... You turn to Shivershank and grab him by a scruff of his scraggly beard, keyed with both shock and pain. He can barely fight back against the sheer force of your strength as you repeatedly punch his face until all that's left is a bloody mess. He crumples to the ground as everyone beside you slowly, tremblingly backs away. Enjoy your new position, gang boss. Okay, so we didn't... there was actually no fight at all. So wait. Let me... let me check real fast at what has happened there. So, the Scarlet Chorus. The voice of Neral's reputation changed, and this faction is linked to him. Alright. Rat history. Didn't we just lose reputation there? And we didn't even have a fight there. It doesn't exactly say here that where we got this from. Well, goddammit. Goddammit. You still wanna chat? What are you looking at? Alright. Alright, so I think we lost some favor there. Wow, there it is. You have gained favor. Oh, we have lost favor with the Scarlet Chorus. Oh, yeah, because we didn't start a fair fight, I think. Well, that was rather... wait. The Scarlet Chorus were annoyed by your words and actions. Alright. Well, okay, so that didn't exactly go how I wanted. That was rather anticlimactic. So, be right back. And we are back here. So, this time let's pick this option. Let's settle this. I'll fight for Quiet Shiv. He glances to you, nervously clutching for his blade. She laughs, arrogant and eager to show you her skill. Got him then. I'll guard your back with my blade. She tosses her knife from one hand to the next, and then lunges for Shivershank without further warning. Alright, so, how about you, Barik, go and show off your strength by hitting this one. You go and attack her, and we got quite a few. Oh yeah, this is an what do you call this? Combo ability, yeah. So Barik and the Fatebinder both bang on their shields and armor, harassing an enemy. The target is compelled to attack Barik for a short time, while the Fatebinder's mocking gestures leave the enemy confused and off guard. The foe loses all ability to parry and dodge until they recover their senses. Interesting. So actually, yeah, let's do that. And you could switch weapons, right? So just shoot from afar for now.
Do this!
And I'm stuck there. Just hit something. Death from above. Wow, that's a combo ability, right? Yeah, it is.
I don't think
And
so.
there we go. Did we do it? It's once per encounter. All right. Well, let's do that.
I can't.
Damn it.
Good work.
All right.
Hit harder than that.
Come on, attack. Alright, and we won. That was rather easy. And Quiet Shiv is a new boss, I guess. Hold braces. Unarmed CPS, deflection, recovery. Ah, this is a heck of a lot better for you, so let's take that. So we got some nice loot from that. Yeah, you take this.
Right. Can't do that.
And then to the camp. These are Chorus crowns. State your business or get lost. You talking to me, bitch? The guard places her hands by her belt as you approach, gripping the hilt of a blade. Past this point is Chorus territory, and you don't look like someone's conscript. You sure you are in the right place? I am Brehanna, Fatebinder of Tunon. I am here to help vanquish the Oathbreakers. Or, I'm always in the right place. Or we just glare silently. I'm always in the right place, or... I think this sounds a bit too official to me. I am Brehanna, Fatebinder of Tunon. I'm here to help vanquish the Oathbreakers. Let's just say this. I am Brehanna, Fatebinder of Tunon. I'm here to help vanquish the Oathbreakers. You know, I think I was told to expect somebody, but you seem too ugly to be here. Oh no, you didn't, you bitch! Her limbs crumble into a smirk. Why exactly should I let you in? Jesus Christ! And I spent so much time on the character creation while making her, and now you call her ugly, you bitch! You have gained favor with Scarlet Chorus. You dolt! This is the Fatebinder. She's been with us since the Gates of Judgment. And Conquer's decision. The Gates of Judgment is the name given to the mountain pass separating the tiers from the Northern Empire. The treacherous scree slopes and deadly rock slides create a nigh impossible barrier responsible for centuries of peace between the two regions. In 428, Karus' armies began the conquest of the tiers by smashing through the Gates of Judgment, and as a young Fatebinder tasked with seeing war, you were a part of this first glorious assault. Joining battle with the Scarlet Chorus, you proved your worth in the eyes of the court and the armies of Kairos by shedding blood with the others in this storied battle. Those who fought with you fondly consider you one of the Gatecrashers, a sort of unofficial veterans club for members of this pivotal battle. Yeah, I think I read that once. Fucking new fish. Start learning the names and faces or find work as someone's moving target. The guard shakes her head, blushing with embarrassment. I'm terribly sorry. Now, please come right in.
On it.
Aha, what do we have here? I see a glowing scroll. But we don't have the lore requirements. But I think I know someone who will have the requirements to read that scroll. And for how long have I played? I think I lost the track of time again. Well, let's explore the camp at least a little bit more for loot and stuff. Defnel, Variakel, Lantry. And in case the portrait in there I didn't already give it away, Lantry is another party member we can recruit, and he's going to be our healer. But we'll deal with that in the next episode. Yeah, let's unlock this.
Take that off.
Potions, fuck yes, you take those. What's this? Plus 50 defense against paralyzed, burning and frozen attacks for 60 seconds. Plus 10 armor, shock, fire and frost. Stolen for... Plus 10 armor stolen for 60 seconds. I don't know how you can steal armor, but... Alright. And then... crafting materials. Then we have Wreck and Bass here, and those two are supposed to be shattered glass vial. Smells of leather oil wafted from this broken vial. While useless as a container, a broken glassware is often recycled into peasant jewelry or crushed up and baked into food to surreptitiously kill dinner guests. Okay. This glass can be sold to a merchant as spare parts. Well, might as well. That must be one
Can't do that.
quiet shift. Ah, she's all the way there. Can we talk to her some more? Oh, and what about... What do we have here? Raw meat?
Sorry, I can't.
Of course you can. So, can we still chat? You are now the gang boss and all. What are you looking at? Jesus. So much from a thanks. Bent bronze dagger. What do you have? Well, is this even usable? Blunted and corroded, this knife's blade is greased and stressed into uselessness. Oh, okay, so you can't even use it because it's useless. This blade can be sold to a merchant as spare parts. Oh, that's a one heck of a secured lock. What was I going to say here? Oh yeah, about these two, Wreck and Bass. Those two are like the other two in the Disfavored camp, who are also trainers. And look at that. Then here is... Oh wait, what? Oh, she's not here yet. Because in my first playthrough we met Siren, or Siren, or however her name was supposed to be spelled. She was one of the party members as well. You could have recruited, but and you meet her here for the first time, but you can't recruit her yet. So we met her here in my first playthrough, but we couldn't actually recruit her yet. And then I completely missed her. I never saw her again because I just completely missed her. I do know where we can recruit her at this time, but we can't do that. Not in the first act. Snickler Dacos. He must be a merchant. Might as well chat with a merchant real fast. And I think I'm just gonna end the episode here then. Upon noticing you approached, the merchant straightens his posture and smiles. What an honor! The name Snickler Dacos, originally from the relative tranquility of the Northern Empire. I have since accepted a nomadic life for the sake of keeping Chaos's forces supplied with only the finest goods, local and imported. Let me see your wares. He winces a little. It's not much, but let me know if you see anything that piques your interest. Well, this is the Scarlet Chorus camp, so I'm not expecting much. Okay, there's lots of interesting stuff here. 40 bronze, holy shit, this must be good. What is this? Sigil of Fire, control, plus 10 control fire. This rock glows with warmth trapped from the Edict of Fire. How it contains the heat without being consumed is a mystery. So I guess that this means that our fire spells would deal more damage. Alright, so what we don't need? We don't need this. We don't need that. And that. What's this? Broken staff. Well, we don't need that either. Oh, and of course, since this Barik's armor is fused to his body, we can't take it off. Although I have heard that in the Bastard's Wound, which is the new region, area, zone, whatever you want to call it, where we can go in this game now that we have the expansion installed here, and there is a new quest storyline for Barik specifically, and I think that in that storyline we can find a way to help him get rid of his armor. So we would actually see what Barik looks like under all that metal and rust. So that's going to be interesting. Assuming that we'll keep Barik for that long, but we'll see. These are very nice, but I don't want to spend all my money on this. But let's just trade these away. Anything in the stash? Well, we can sell these, we don't want these. And everything else can stay. Alright. Okay, folks, so like I said, I'm just going to end this episode here for now. And in the next episode, we're going to talk to the residents of this camp, most likely get a new party member to our party as well. And yeah, I think that maybe I think that after exploring this camp or talking to the residents, we'll go to another place and do a couple of quests possibly. Oh, and there's some loot there as well. I must remember to pick those up as well. But yeah, we'll do that in the next episode. Now then, thank you for watching once again, and see you next time for more Tyranny.